everyone, I'm Deepika Santdasani, your host, and you're watching Risk and Reality. Today's podcast is especially powerful. Today, we are going to be talking about real risks, decisions, and responsibilities behind leadership. And for that conversation, I have a leader who truly represents what leadership stands for. Our guest today is Director Legal and Compliance at Ryan India. She's someone who moved cities, built her career from scratch, and went on to earn 23 professional awards at a very early stage in her career. Her journey isn't just about success. It's about resilience, accurate judgments, and standing firm for what truly matters. Please join me in welcoming Vandana Bhatia. Thank you so much, Vandana. It's a pleasure to have you on Risk and Reality.
Thank you so much, Deepika, for having me.
23 professional awards, isn't that groundbreaking? And I know I have witnessed your journey from the very start. I know you built it from the very scratch, brick by brick. And I'm sure that the transition wouldn't have been easy in terms of new cities, new expectations, new experiences. I'm very curious to know, how did you kind of get the footing? How did you get comfortable in a completely different environment?
Okay, so I have always been in a city called Ghaziabad, and I have been traveling from Ghaziabad to Delhi to do my internship and doing my work as well. So when I got an opportunity with Dr. Reddy's, that was in Hyderabad, so it was so hard for me to take a decision that I have to relocate to a new place. And new culture, new environment, new kind of people. But what I understood after coming here was the struggle of getting accommodation, of course. But I mean, the organization was great enough to give me the guest house for a few days till the time I get a new accommodation on my own. And their company was really supportive about person who is a fresher coming out from a very different kind of environment to a different kind of city. And the city is very, very professional. People are very, very, I would say, humble. They're very nice. And that made me more comfortable being a part of the city. And since then, I always had a dream that I will never leave Hyderabad. But had some instances, had some of my personal choices that I have to move to Gurgaon and then to Bangalore. But ultimately, I was again lucky enough, and God was very fortunate that I again got an opportunity to come back to Hyderabad. And from there till now, I am a part of Hyderabad, and I'm working with great companies. And also, I got married here, so it was pretty good.
That's wonderful. I think you found your partner here. And I'm asking this because I see a lot of professionals, even my colleagues, they kind of move from a different city. Some really make it up to the top, some fall down, break. But then something that I can take back from your experience is persistence. The grit, that's very important to kind of face every challenge and scenario with the same smile on your face as you do now. So it is wonderful to know you. But looking back, was this role that you deliberately aimed for, Director Legal and Compliance, or was this something that you evolved over time with?
Absolutely no. I always wanted to be in this position, and that was my ultimate goal. That to become the leader, to have a designation as director, to be the director of a company. So of course, this was my aim, and I really, really worked hard for it. It was not easy throughout the journey. It's like convincing people, making your voice heard, and of course, winning the trust of the people.
That is the most important,
So it was consistent, and also you have to upgrade yourself every time. Correct. You cannot just be in a like a shell. You have to get out of the shell, break all the barriers, and then move on and grab whatever opportunity you have in your hand, and never say no to anything which is coming on your way, because that is the key learning that you will get from doing that kind of task. I'm not saying no means I'm focusing from a perspective that whatever tasks are coming to you, you should do it, because that is going to give you a key learning and an opportunity to grow up more higher. And I was fortunate enough, because I have developed some kind of like corporate governance system in the organization, that from very scratch. So it really helped me to gain an understanding of how to have the corporate governance from the very beginning, and how to lead it to the highest level.
That's good.
So and that has made me what I am today.
Yeah, learning, like I said, learning every single day. And you also mentioned in your answer that, learning day by day, learning new thing, keeping up with the trend, what's happening in the market, regulatory system. But your career is actually truly an example of a path that's built with clarity, driven with purpose, and something that you've over the years strengthened. I feel like this is really strengthened with you over time, and you just grew into this wonderful leader that you are today. So that's a very good thought process that you've put on the table about learning each day and keeping up with the trends. It's really, really important to have that. Also, when you said corporate governance, right? So I and day in and day out, in every single meeting and conversation, training or seminars, I hear a lot about corporate governance, good governance. But from your perspective, and keeping aside the the frameworks or the policies, etc., what really, in practical sense, do you mean when you say good governance?
Yeah, so for me, good governance means when everything is going perfectly in the organization.
Yeah.
Having said that, that requires having strong policies, irrespective if your company is falling under that kind of regulation or not. So I'll just give you an example. So if you have a private company, there are certain regulations which are not applicable, like having a vision mechanism. If something is going wrong in the organization, you have all the right to go to the top and speak about it, that this is what is happening in the organization and we need to fix it.
Right.
So from that perspective, I'm thinking that there are lots and lots for an organization to be highly corporate governance when it is having a capability of being transparent and have an integrity. These are two basic things which an organization should have to be highly corporate governance. And of course, having said that, I always say that please don't go by books.
Yeah.
You need to evolve. You need to see where your company stands. I mean, if your company is into tech sector or it's in the pharma sector, what is the best practices that you can use in your company that gains the trust and confidence of the stakeholders that you're working with? And there your governance start.
Perfect. Very rightly said, the two pillars, transparency and integrity. And I know with the role that you are currently in, the senior leadership role, with big titles comes bigger responsibilities and a lot of baggage that's really not visible. So for you, what are certain roles and expectations that are expected out of a leader but that don't make it to the job descriptions?
Yeah, so I feel when I joined this organization, there were so many things that I was not handling earlier, and that's not mentioned in my JD. But I took up the opportunity of having those in my daily work, like giving legal advices, getting onto the labor and employment matters, and giving all the advices on that ground, setting up the companies, setting up the offices, making it sure that we are having all the licenses that is required to have, particularly that office. And also when I got an opportunity, I was like, it was really, really great that I got an opportunity of working for a different jurisdiction, which was Philippines. And I took it up very happily, and understanding their rules and regulations, which is very, very different than what we have in India. And it was a really game changer for me, because you're learning a lot of things and you're applying your logic, your interpretation to make sure that we are legally compliant on all the grounds. And that's what I was saying, that sometimes you don't have things in your job description. Sometimes the things come to you. It's your choice to take it or to just go away with it. And I'm the person who wants everything to be coming to me, a new opportunity, new learning, and to grow, because it's going to help me grow up along with the growth of the organization.
So Vandana, I kind of know that governance as a role, you've been doing this for a number of years now. But has your perspective evolved over time? Now do you look at it differently on how you looked at it day one vis-a-vis, say, present? Has it evolved over time for you?
Absolutely. So when I have begun my career, I thought that governance is going by books.
Yeah.
That's what I mentioned.
Yes.
So what I have learned over the years is the organizations require solutions, not a stop button that is not letting them do their business. So you need to
Right.
be helping the business to grow and give them the proper legal advice in the same manner that it should not restrict their further growth, and in the same time it's compliant.
Right.
So that's what I say, just don't go with the books. See where you can make it more interesting or make it more make a little bit of differentiation in terms of making how you can imbibe that in your organization and how you can give a perfect solutions. Okay, we can do this like this so that it's going to be compliant in the same way, and also it's helping the organization do their business.
Yeah.
Just don't be a showstopper, I would
Don't
say.
stick to, as you said, the books, but see alternate solutions, see a
Yes.
wider version of what can be done, what cannot be done, how can
Yeah.
how can it be made more easy. That's wonderful. So I also wanted to know, like, this age and time again, everything is speed is of ultimate solution, right? People are looking for speed, people want everything to be done quickly, quick decisions, quick output, quick deliverables. So can you just advise the other professionals in terms of how do we make the right decision? How do we not go wrong while trying to keep up with the speed?
I would say take a step back, just analyze the whole thing which is coming to you and see other perspectives as well.
Yeah.
You should not be only thinking about one perspective. What I say that if supposingly if you come across a situation where you have to give an advice to the management and you have to give have a decision to it, don't just see from like an act perspective. Okay, this is what is given in the act. I have to see what is the industry practice. You should
Right.
see what is the other regulators thinking about it. Then merge all these things together and then provide a possible solution to the management, and that will help in the decision making process. You need to diversify your thought process. You
Right.
cannot have like a only one direction thought process. You need to just revolve it around and then come out with a proper output.
Yeah,
I would say.
not sticking to the single line of thought, but
Yes.
thinking differently,
Yes.
thinking from what the industry is doing, trying to bring more, I think, value on the table for the management as well. I think I have also seen in my role as well that people at the management, senior management, they really appreciate what value that you're bringing, and they don't take a step back from saying good job. They're waiting for you to say good job, but it's just for you to kind of deliver. So that's something has really worked for me as well. Even I try and see, like, get quality on the table, get something that's value. How can we think of it differently? What do we do that will make them think, okay, this is a new ideology that she's getting as an auditor? So I think even in your role, it is more or less similar. Great thoughts. So for our next round, we have a quick rapid fire for you, and I'm going to be throwing in some thoughts for you to give me. I love rapid fires. Do you like them too?
Absolutely, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. So the first question for you is one word to describe boardroom pressure.
Diversified thoughts.
Wow. Most underrated task or activity in corporate governance?
Compliant. Staying compliant.
Yeah. One habit that's helped you most in your career?
Diversification.
I really love that you're sticking to diversification, and that is going to be the theme for this episode. A decision that you paused on and you were glad that you did?
Not sticking myself to a room. Just getting out my comfort zone.
Thinking out of the box, yeah. Compliance versus conscience, what wins?
Conscience.
Always. One misconception about company secretaries or governance professionals you'd like to break?
Yeah, they are like more into compliance. Their job is to make the organization compliant. They are doing much more than that. They are the gatekeepers of the organization so that the regulators are not hitting at you.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights, Vandana. I think your journey is a true example of leadership driven by responsibility and not just authority. And that's something that I'm going to be taking back from this episode. And for our viewers, thank you so much for joining in. Stay tuned for more episodes if you'd like today's episode and conversation that I had with Vandana. Thank you so much. Until next time, stay ethical, don't rush into making judgments, and like I always say, follow your passion.